In today's video, we're going to look into WebFOCUS chart extension and how to enable them in WebFOCUS. So there are multiple ways to do it. So first, what is a chart extension? So in WebFOCUS, I can use WebFOCUS Designer, Info Assist to create my own custom charts. So I can build my visualization. So let me start Designer. So we're going to go for the retail sample database. We're going to pick the WebFOCUS retail data. So in here, I can now build my pie chart, bar chart, whatever I want to. But opening up the charts, I could also see the basic chart types, but I also see a bunch of chart extensions in here. Some of those extensions will be delivered with WebFOCUS if you install it, but others might be missing from that list. So how do you get to those chart extensions? So if I want to go for one of them, let me go for a KPI extension. So let me take the KPI with Sparkline. So we're going to work with that one. So change it to the KPI with Sparkline. And having done so, you can select whatever you want to from here. So build your reports the way you want to. So get started. Yeah, let's go for the KPI. Actually, no, let's go for that KPI type here. So I like that one a lot. So here's my KPI. And this one automatically changed the buckets in here. So let me go back quickly to the bar chart. So I see those buckets, which are the elements where you can drag and drop fields into, are automatically changing. So selecting that one, the KPI one, is going to reduce the number of buckets. So I've got a measure in here. So I can add something like the quantity sold into the measure bucket. It's asking for a time dimension, okay, like that one. So we're going to take the year into the time dimension. That's why and how it builds that little chart in here. I can also use multi-chart to do a few more things to get multiple elements. I could add some filters, of course. I can go to the formatting sections, and as you're looking at an extension, you're going to see the extension properties in here. So those extension property allow you to set up that thing here. So I can actually in here enable some options in here, like go for the settings in here, change the sparkline, hide the sparkline, change the sparkline type to a line chart or a pie chart, whatever I like to see in those elements. So I like that bar, so let's go for this bar, stick with the bars. I can change a lot of those things like positive and negative, whatever I want to change in here, easily to do. And that's how I build and work with an extension. But how do I set it up on the system? You might not see all those extensions, but how do I get more extensions into the system? Being an administrator, I can now go to the WebFOCUS Management Center. I can go to the administration console in here. Again, you need to be an administrator. And in here on the bottom of that screen, you're going to find the HTML5 chart extensions. So you can see there are all my chart extensions that are installed in the system. So I can enable, disable, or delete them. So looking at those chart extensions in case I want to get rid of one. So let me, for example, try to get rid of the arc chart. So I can disable it or I can delete it. Let me delete it. So that's the way how to get rid of extensions, of course. And if you want to get more chart extensions, you can click on Get More Extensions. And that is going to pull a list of extensions that are available online. See, in here you see I got most of the extensions already installed. But as I deleted the Arc extension, I can now reinstall it. So just hit reinstall or just hit install, and it's going to be in here. Hitting clear cache is going to get you the extension into WebFOCUS. There's one challenge in here. To be able to get those extensions, the WebFOCUS system needs to have internet access to a certain extent. So if you hit get extensions and you're not getting any type of reaction, or you're not getting any type of new extensions in here, and you're sure you're missing a few in here, there's other ways to get to the extension. So let me get rid of the arc again. So let me delete the arc chart again. So it's deleted from my system. To get the arc chart extension in here, if that doesn't work, you could also go to the WebFOCUS repository. So it's on a GitHub. It's called WF extension.chart. So in here, there are all the available extensions that are publicly available. In here, you're going to also find information on how to build your own custom extension. So you can extend or create new extensions from within here. So to install the arc chart, instead of using the built-in capability, I can go in here. I can go to that arc folder, and in here, there's a com.ibi arc zip thing. So if I download that file, so let me download it from here. So there's the zip file with the chart extension. So that one is in my download folder now. So I can download the extension on another computer as well. So if I don't have access here on the server, download it from another computer, copy it onto the server. And if you go to the WebFOCUS hub, you can add extensions in here. So hit get more extensions. And if that one is empty in here because it's not able to connect to the internet, you can hit choose file in here, and you can go to your download folder, select your extension, hit open, and it's going to add the extension to the system. So that's number 2. That's way number 2 to get extensions. But however, like all the extensions that are available on that site here, of course, I could now install each of them separately, but yeah, personally, I'm lazy. I want to do it once, and I might want to put them from my production or from my development system to the production system. So easiest way is, of course, in here, instead of loading all the single extensions in here, you could, of course, in here, download all the extensions in one single run. So that gets you all the WebFOCUS extensions. So there are all the WebFOCUS extensions with all the folders. So getting them installed now is straightforward. So you can go to your WebFOCUS system. I'm going to go to my WebFOCUS installation folder where the WebFOCUS client is installed. So in here, there's going to be folder, focus. Oh, sorry. If you go to the WebFOCUS folder, you can go to the extensions folder, which is in here. So let me open the extensions folders. So there we go. In case you want to know where it is, just search for the extensions. There we go. In here, we can open the folder location, and you see it's under WebFOCUS config web resource extensions. And there are all the extensions that we just downloaded. So if you want to keep those extensions, or you want to put those extensions onto your system, just take all of them, copy them, move them over into your extension folder. And that's an easy way as well to update your extensions. So I'm moving all my extensions into that folder. Going to replace the old version, so we're going to get to the latest version. There we go. So we got all the extensions on the machine. But having that done, they're not going to appear on the system. To register those extensions, the easiest way is there's the HTML5 extension document. So if you open that one up in a text editor, that shows you all the installed extensions in the system. So if you want to manually or not using the interface, register those extensions, that's how it works. So if you look at the Arc extension, there we go, there's the Arc extension. To register the Arc extension, you just need to create that line. The enabled is going to activate the extension. That's the name of the extension. That's all you have to do for the extension. So whenever you copy those things, pick up the name of the folder, which is IBI Arc, and create such a line in the doc. That's all you have to do. So same thing here. Keep in mind, the last one to be here and have a proper JSON, the last one in the list doesn't have a comma. Everything else looks quite simple and quite similar. A few extensions have some additional parameters. But in case you do, you're going to find out. Actually, it's only the ones with those name in here which are not available on the GitHub repository. So you can use that one here quite easily. So that's the way. If you're having done so, you're fine. So go back to your WebFOCUS, go back to the hub, clear the cache, and whatever you changed should appear there. So done, update it here. So again, of course, you can go back in here. We have our famous arc extension. So let me search for my famous arc in the list again. There we go. Let's remove my famous arc or set my famous arc to false. Save that one. There we go. You see, it's disabled now. Enabling it here is doing the same thing like we did. So if we refresh my document in here, reload it, it's set to true again. So that's all you have to do. 3 different ways. Number 1, use to get more extension. If your server has internet access, you could simply click on install to install your extension. If the server doesn't have internet access, use choose file and select your single zip file for the extension. And that's the way to install each of those extensions. In case you want to transport all your extensions from a development system to a production system, or you want to automate the way of getting extensions in here, just simply navigate to your folder, config, WebFOCUS, config, web resource, extensions, copy all your extension folders in here, and manually change your HTML5 chart extension document. So you're going to be able to register your extension. That's it for today. If you like my videos, please hit like and subscribe to my channel.